So I got this new little mic and I feel like such a dork holding it. Look at this tiny thing, but I'm holding it. I know it's meant to clip on your clothes, but it's just not working with this type of tank top that I'm wearing. But, anyways, I bought this little bad boy because I said, you know what? I need to be able to record videos in real time, on the spot, unedited, just being able to hit the record button and not overjudge or overthink. Um, because honestly, like when things come up in my brain that I want to say, like I just need to like like let it out. And when I tend to wait and like try to make everything perfect, then I feel like it's like less perfect. Does that make sense? So, um, yes, if you're listening, you're like me, maybe you're not, but we are recovering people pleasers, perfectionists, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to be perfect and showing up as your best self. But we want to do that when it's for us, not to get the validation from others, um, et cetera, et cetera. You know that. So I'm here to one, reintroduce myself. I'm so grateful that you are even listening to this. But my name is Ashley Ruggieri, and I am I just say like energy worker, energy alchemist. I'm like, that sounds a little fancy, but I am a Reiki master. Well, if you want to get technical, for those Reiki practitioners or those who know about Reiki, I'm a Holy Fire 3 Karuna Reiki master. Oh my gosh, that's a mouthful. Um, and I am also certified as an Akashic Records practitioner, a sound practitioner, um, crystal healing, um, all these modalities that I just love and that are near and dear to my heart. So if you don't know my story, I'll share it with you. I haven't always been drawn to Reiki. I honestly didn't even know what Reiki was. It found me one day. But what I will tell you is that growing up, so I grew up in Arizona and a Phoenix area, if you will. And so I grew up going to Sedona. And if you've ever been to Sedona, you know that it's a pretty spiritual place. And it's just, even being there, as soon as you see those red rocks, like, oh, it just feels so good. But I grew up going there, like getting lost in the crystal shops and asking my parents to take me to Sedona just because I just craved like being there. It was just, oh, it's just so good and I miss it so much. So that's honestly where it started. I mean, I didn't really know that that was like woo or spiritual or really, I mean, I was a little girl. I was also obsessed with fairies. Any of my girlfriends that I grew up with knew that I had a gazillion like fairy figurines. They used to sell them at Hot Topic. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know. But I like would like literally every week, or maybe it wasn't every week. It felt like every week, but I would always want to go in there to see like, okay, what fairy figurines do they have? So again, like not realizing that like, oh my God, she was always spiritual all along. Anyways, I just wasn't ready for it. Okay, let's fast forward to, oh, how old was I? I don't know. It was like 2012. And I had gotten out of a serious relationship. I was with this person for like 3.5 years. And um, it just wasn't my person. And I knew, like, kind of in the last 6 months, I was just kind of staying in the relationship because I felt bad and I knew they really cared about me. Um, and I really just like didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but it wasn't getting me anywhere. So I finally, you know, did what was right for myself and listened to my heart and ended things. Okay. So it was around September, my birthday, and I'm upset, like I was grateful that I did the thing. I got through it, but still at the same time, like even when you are ending a relationship and you know it's for your highest and best good, it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. So my mom and my sister took me to Sedona. to celebrate my birthday and to just help me clear my head. And we just wanted a girls' trip. And my sister, who is like the fitness queen, like she has 3 kids, has a six pack, does CrossFit like every freaking day. She's always been into her like health and wellness, and I commend her for that. Like that is so freaking amazing. I really wish that I loved like going to the gym, but that's okay. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. I love you, sis. So, oh, right. So she wants to go on a hike, and I find out it's 6 miles. I'm like, fuck. So it's fine. I mean, it was actually very therapeutic. It was great to like, it's actually quite releasing and healing in itself. And we were talking. She's like, hey, so what are you going to do next? Like, now that you're single, like, what are you going to do? And I was like, oh, like, I don't know. I feel like I need like something drastic. Like, this is in my late 20s. So, like, Saturn return. Hello. I didn't know that at the time, but if you know what that means, you know what that means. I don't know why I'm bending down to speak into the mic. I'm such a dork. Okay, take this thing away from me. Um, so I was just like, I'm not really sure. I I don't I feel like I need to do something drastic, like move to a big city, like a different state, like New York City. And I was just like spitballing, like I was just like word vomit. And she's like, oh yeah, that would be so cool. And I was like, wait, like that does sound really cool. And like we just kept walking and I'm like thinking about it. And it's like I'm like getting chills as I'm thinking about it. And I was like, oh my God. It was like all my sensories were like, yes. It was like, oh, like, yes, you need to do this. So I was like, oh my God, like that's the best. That's it. Like this is the best idea. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna do it. And my sister's like getting excited with me. She's like, no way, are you really? Like, oh my God, you have to now. And my mom's like, what is happening? Like, my baby can't move from Arizona. She can't lay me. So I don't think in the moment, like my mom didn't think that I was for real gonna do it, but of course I did it. Oh, and it was the best decision ever. So that my family didn't take me seriously until like they saw me like selling all my shit, including my car. So I sell my car. The lady that buys my car is a Reiki master. I had no idea what Reiki was, but we're getting to chit chatting, doing the transaction. And she asks what I do for work. And then, she tells me, like, oh, yeah, I'm a Reiki master. I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. Like, what is that? So she had explained it to me, and like, I just like a fire lit in my belly. And I was like, ooh, that sounds really badass. Like, I didn't know what it was, but I just felt like drawn to it. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I need to see you. And she's like, yeah, like you don't have to just like be dealing with anything difficult. Like anybody can receive Reiki. Like even if you're on cloud nine and everything's going your way, like everyone can benefit from Reiki. So I was like, yeah, let me come see you. So and it was so nice. Like she was so great. Like ended up driving me to work that day because I didn't have a car anymore. Um, So I see her for a session, and partly, so when we start the session, she was like, okay, so what are your intentions? And I'm like, what? Like, she's like, what do you want out of this session? Like, what's going on in your life? And so then I like open up to her and tell her, well, this is why I was selling my car. And, I was actually stuck trying to find a job in New York. And I was feeling like a little cuckoo, like, shit, why did I sell my car if I didn't even have a job lined up? Like, what am I doing? Like, I was starting to just second guess everything in that moment. And she was like, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. I'm like, okay. Um, so we set the intention that, okay, like the right job will find me, I'll be able to land a job. And sure, maybe it was like luck, timing, but something cleared within me because after that first session, like I felt like I was floating. It felt like such like a I don't want to say high, but maybe it was a high. I don't know. Like I just felt so good. And I just knew like it was like this immense peace that I knew everything was going to be okay. Like I didn't know how it would be okay. And I didn't know like in what ways or what steps were going to take place. But I just knew like, just trusted it in my gut. Like I'm good. Everything's going to be fine. I'm freaking out over nothing. So a week later, I reached out to a manager about a role. Anyways, I was at a bank at the time, and he interviewed me, and then next day I had a job offer. So I was like, all right, here I come, New York. Um, okay, so I'm living in New York. I shortly after that meet my husband, my now husband. We relocate back to Arizona. I have my baby boy, and I inherit a wonderful bonus daughter. So now mother of two. And in 2020, we moved to Long Island, New York, and plant roots there. And my son starts kinder. And this was in 2020 during COVID, where everyone is just like on lockdown. So I'm craving peace, interaction. I had just done a move across state again, and I was like, shit, like I just need some peace in my life. I just want to relax and just trust again. And so I found another Reiki master who was doing distance sessions. Who would have thought? I didn't know that distance was a thing at the time. Um, Saw her. It was amazing, of course. And then once things opened back up, I met her in person and I just saw her a few times. And I just got this calling to learn Reiki for myself because some things were opening up for me. And I really just wanted to practice on self healing. I didn't have any intention of practicing on people. I really just wanted to self heal and be in that space. But the more I did it, the more I was drawn to it. I would practice on, friends and family. And it just like the love for the energy work just kept growing and growing and growing. And I just knew I was meant to do this. I was meant to help others and help others see their own magic, help others see that we are actually all light workers if we allow it, if we are open to it. So, anyways, I don't want to get emotional, but it was like such a cool journey just to see where I was and then where I'm at now. So now I'm doing Reiki on people. I get the courage to get my level 2 and like start practicing on other people. And, I again was self healing for a little bit, I would say about a year and a half or two. And then I, progressed on to others. Um, and once I started practicing on people I didn't know, where I was actually having clients, so I rented this random room out of a crystal shop in Sayville. Um, and I remember like my very first new client, I was so nervous because I'm like, oh my God, what if they don't like it? What if they don't feel like what I felt when I first had my session? What if, I just like all the what ifs, like, imposter syndrome coming in. And that was like quickly silenced, so when you become an energy worker, and if you are an energy worker, I'm sure all of you set your space. And what I mean by that is energetically. If you don't do that or want tips and tricks, please reach out because this is so important. Um, but once I set the intention, it was almost like the noise like turned down, and you call in your clients' guides just like to protect them, and you just kind of like listen, and you're also doing the work and you're doing the hand placements, and I just start like hearing things. But if clairaudience, right, like that's when we hear, but it's hard to explain because it's not like physical ear. It's like in your ear, but it's not like. And if you haven't experienced it, then like I don't know, I saw like a crazy person, but I'm like, okay, like is this like a thought, like where is this coming from? And so I was just like, whatever, and I'm not gonna say anything because I don't know what this random object is. Um, and I remember like I just kept getting this nudge, like just say it, like just mention it. And I'm like, so at the end, I was like, and this was my first client, but I'm like, I felt like a female presence, and I don't even know. I'm not even a medium. I don't even practice this stuff, but I just knew. I'm like, this is somebody that cares about them that has passed on. And I just said, I'm pretty sure it's somebody from the other side that has passed on. And they kept showing me this wooden jewelry box. And like the freaking color came off her face. And, of course it resonated. It was like her mom's, so her grandma, and there was significance with this jewelry box that she had, and there was like a keepsake from the grandma in there, and I was like, wow. So I, of course, in the moment, I'm like playing it off because I'm like, how did I know that? I don't even know what's happening right now. Um, so they leave, and then I'm just like, I like sit back and I'm like, what was that? Like, what? Nobody warned me for this. And I mean, sure, like it turns on for some people and not for everybody, but I didn't, I can't even explain it. I was like lost for words. So, like, okay, guys, like, you know, let tell me more. Like, let's figure this out. So, um, then I just start meditating and like trying to build a relationship with my spirit guide team, and we we bond. We co-created. We have a solid relationship. But that's honestly what had led me to practice the Akashic Records. So it was actually my sister. Don't you just love your sister? It was my birthday again. Oh my God, I'm just like dawning on this. Okay, so it's like fast forward like 10 years, probably more. No, less, maybe seven. I don't know. Anyways, it was my birthday, and she's like, I want to get a reading for you. Like, look up a psychic or look up a reader near you, and I'll pay for it. I was like, oh my God, that's so nice. Because who doesn't love a good reading? Like us, all light workers love getting readings. Anyways, so she's like, you should look into an Akashic reading. And I'm like, oh, what? What the hell is that? And she's like, yeah, it could actually be very healing. Like you can learn about past lives. There's all sorts of cool things that come up. So I'm like, okay. I just kind of like played it off like I knew what she was talking about. So then I go and Google and I'm like, holy shit, my mind is blown. Like now I have to have an Akashic Records reading. So I look up so many practitioners. There's a lot out there. And I come across who's become a gal pal of mine, Emily the Mystic. And I come across her website and I'm like, ooh, I really like love her vibe, her energy. Like this is what I need. This is what I want. So I get a reading with her. And then I think like 6 months later, I did another one and I just started following her. And I'm like, oh my God, she's like talking to me. And I got this nudge, like, just do it. Like go get the reading. And before, or not the reading, the certification, but before that, she had an offering around like just working on your gifts, and that helped me quite a bit, which is inspiring me to work on something similar, but just my own in terms of how to tap into your spiritual gifts. And that like blew things even more open for me. So there was that. And then like I was like, okay, I want to get certified in the Akashic Records because it has helped me so much. Like I love opening up my records and being shown the lessons that I'm going through in that present moment, and kind of the why and what needs to be healed and what karmic contracts I've made, and all of the things. And so I get my certification there. And then I'm drawn to crystals, which I grew up loving crystals, but learning that, you can actually do crystal layouts on the body. So I love incorporating that with my Reiki sessions. And then sound, oh my God, like it just makes me melt. So sound, receiving sound, playing sound instruments like the gong, my crystal singing bowls, my metal bowls, like that is the fastest and quickest way to bring me down back into my heart space, back into my body, and it relaxes me so freaking much. I love it so much. Again, I played them for me. I bought a gong, I bought bowls just for me to play for myself. And my husband was like, you should play for people. I see people on Instagram all the time, like hosting these events, like you could totally do it. So I put myself out there. It was barely a year ago, and just got over the nerves, and I still host sound baths and I love it. I've now relocated to Orlando, Florida. I really hope I'm done moving, but we moved here in August of 2025. So I have had a mini rebirth. I've really just settled into the state, to the energy here, kind of getting my bearings, getting into a rhythm with my family, and making sure my son is in his own rhythm. And now just finally starting to kind of branch out and build that community again. Um, and I'm so excited. I actually created a Facebook page. Who am I? Or a group. It's a group, a Facebook group. But I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? But I did it because I wanted to find other like minded women, kindred souls out there who are in Central Florida and are walking a similar path or are curious. Like, I just want to be around other people who lift each other up, no competition, um, who just want peace, world peace, and just enjoy being in others' energies. And also, like, sometimes we just need a pick me up. Like, we never know what each other are going through. And we do such a good job, like, holding it all in and keeping it together. And sometimes it's just really nice to be seen and held and just know that you're not alone because we are navigating such trying times and we are all being tested in all the good and in all the not so good. But when you can find that circle, that inner circle of people you can lean into and lean on through those difficult times, and if you're an energy worker, light worker, practitioner of some sort, or aspiring to be, or just love this space and you want to be around those beautiful souls who help lift you up and help you feel seen and make you feel less like a crazy person. I hope to offer that space for you where you can be your most authentic self.